Hi, I am John Hoffman. I am the author of Getting to Healthy, Making the Transition to Eating Real Food, available on Amazon.com. If you are in a boat that has suddenly started to leak, should you worry first about plugging up the small holes where water is barely dribbling in, or stopping the water gushing in from the large gaping holes? When it comes to our health and nutrition, we often concern ourselves about worrying about the wrong things, tiny things that don't make much difference, while ignoring the larger things that make a huge difference. For example, we worry about the potential negative effects of quality nonstick cookware on our health, and then feed our children hot dogs, pepperoni pizza, and luncheon meat sandwiches, all of which contain processed meats, something the World Health Organization has classified as a Group 1 carcinogen. According to the WHO website, this category is used when there is sufficient evidence of carcinogenicity in humans. In other words, there is convincing evidence that the agent causes cancer. Or if we haven't been medically diagnosed as gluten intolerant, as a tiny percentage of the population has, we worry about avoiding gluten in our diet, when instead we should be focused on getting more plant-based fiber in our diet by eating more legumes, vegetables, and whole grains, all of which have been shown to make a huge difference on our overall health, on our weight, and on the functioning of our immune and gastrointestinal systems. Or we worry about not getting enough protein in our snack bars when the average American eats twice the amount of protein they need, instead of focusing on eating whole plant-based foods that are packed with nutrition, fiber, phytonutrients, and yes, plenty of protein. So why do we sweat the small stuff while ignoring the big stuff? Probably the number one reason is ignorance. We just don't know that the big things really are big things. This can be resolved through education that teaches accurate, evidence-based nutrition, which is sorely lacking in our public schools and even in your doctor's office. Because of this, you must educate yourself on what the big things are when it comes to healthy eating, by reading outstanding books written by nutritional experts such as Dr. Michael Greger and Dr. Joel Fuhrman, or by visiting websites such as nutritionfacts.org and forksoverknives.com. Another reason we don't see the big stuff as big stuff is because powerful industries and corporations have a vested financial interest in treating sick people or in maintaining the status quo. They spend billions of dollars a year on advertising that is designed to make us feel good about buying and eating their unhealthy products, such as highly processed foods, fast foods, and junk foods. They also use their ads to get us to focus on the small things, such as how many vitamins have been added to your kid's sugary, highly refined breakfast cereal, while ignoring the larger issues, such as whether it would be healthier to eat old-fashioned rolled oats or steel-cut oats for breakfast along with some fruit. So, now you know, don't sweat the small stuff. Learn what the big stuff is, and then focus on that, because that is what will make a big difference on your health. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.